Should you scout for Plumeria and Gengar? Is she any good? Well, this is a variety scout, and variety scouts are basically spotlight scouts that disappear after their banner is over. So, same 7% chance of getting a random 5-star, same 3 sprint roll as sprint candy coins after your first 3 multi-pulls, and same guaranteed 1 copy if you go the paid route and spend 7,500 paid gems on her banner. Now, this is a sprint sync pair with an EX roll of tech. And we do not exactly have a lot of sprint poison types. Let me just quickly check if we actually have sprint poison types. We actually do not have any sprint poison types right now. So this is the very first sprint poison type. And in terms of stats, speed stat is really high. Your special attack stat is really high. You have grand entry for at the start of the battle. You get to raise your special attack stat +4. Free move next every single time you attack a poison or badly poisoned opponent. And your moves will never miss. Her EX roll is tech. That means if you get her EX roll, your sing move will be 1.5 times stronger. But then, you know, you can only hit one opponent. This is not a striker. So only one opponent every single time you use your sync move. So in terms of if you want a sync pair that can hit every single opponent, consider scouting other sync pairs. If you have Gita already in your team, probably you can completely skip this because Gita can hit everyone with her sync move. If you have Roxy, you can give her the EX roll, or Signusuit Roxy, give her the EX roll. You can hit everyone. If you have Oleana, Oleana is not exactly a striker, but she's one of the best debuffers out there. And if you have Ariana, Ariana is like the strongest poison type nuker in the game. So consider scouting for those other options in case. But otherwise, you have Sludge Bomb to have a 30% chance of poisoning the opponent. But if you want guaranteed poison, you use Toxic. And Toxic will never miss because of piercing gaze. And if the opponent is poisoned, you can use your buddy move Alluring Confuse Ray. And what this does is that it lowers every single opponent confused. It will lower everyone's accuracy stat -1. It will give you a move gauge acceleration, and it will lower your sync move countdown -1. Again, it will leave all opponents confused. It will lower every single opponent's accuracy -1. It will give you a move gauge acceleration, and it will lower your sync move countdown -1. You can use this twice, and then you have your trainer move, Prove You Got Guts, which you can use once, and this will max out your speed stat and raise every single teammate's evasiveness stats +2. Nice, because we do not exactly have that much sync pairs that can raise evasiveness stats. But then that is a topic of contention because RNG is sus in terms of evasiveness, because you can still get hit by the opponent even if you have +6 evasiveness. It's all about RNG here. And then, in terms of sync move, if you have her E6-star EX, after you use a sprint unit's sync move, you get to lower your sync move countdown -3. And then you have a multiplier built in, which is nice. The more your speed stat is raised, the stronger your sync move is gonna be. And that means by using your trainer move once, you get to max out your speed stat. And again, if you have her 6-star EX, or rather EX rolled, you will have a nice 1.5 times multiplier for the tech EX roll. And with that, that is just a very, very ordinary kit, honestly, at 1 copy. You just guarantee that you poison the opponent. You have a nice +4 special attack stat at the very beginning. And your attacks are always gonna be free move next if the opponent is poisoned. Very ordinary with a nice, you know, built-in multiplier. But can the sync grid salvage this? Well, you have a lucky cookie for your event, Agile Entry 2. At the start of the battle, you get to raise your evasiveness stats +2, which is nice. After you use your trainer move, you get your evasiveness stats +4. But for this one, I'd probably go for Critical Strike 2 instead and hope for a Prove You Got Guts MP refresh instead. It's not one of the most amazing lucky cookies. And I think Agile Entry 2 is also somewhere in the ordinary Lucky Cookies thing, which you can get from a deluxe Lucky Cookie. Correct me if I'm wrong. In terms of Sync Grid, 1 copy. Evasiveness cannot be lowered. Dauntless special attack stat cannot be lowered. Ordinary. 2 copies. You get to recover HP when you hit and confuse opponent. How do you confuse them? Use your buddy move, which you can use again twice only. Debut regen, gradual healing at the start of the battle. Nice. Double recovery from confusion, creative confusion 1 or curative confusion 1 and your gradual healing. Haste speed stat cannot be lowered. Natural remedy removes all status conditions first time you got inflicted. Prove you got guts MP refresh 2. I highly recommend this for evasiveness stats up for everyone. Sludge Bomb, move gauge refresh 3. Not sure if you need this because free move next, free move next, free move next all the time. Sludge Bomb, Shifty Striker 4. 50% chance of raising your evasiveness stat when you use Sludge Bomb, which again, you can always get a free move next from this one. You can max out your evasiveness stats with just a couple of uses of Sludge Bomb. Stop hitting yourself 5, raises the chance of opponents hitting themselves from confusion. Toxic, free move gauge refresh. Again, free move next already. Why do you want a move gauge refresh? Toxic ramp up 1 so that you get to max out your special attack stat. Probably with a couple of uses of Toxic. 2 uses of Toxic maxes out your special attack stat. And Unflappable, you will not flinch. That's 2 copies. 3 copies. When the opponent is confused, you get to lower 1 random stat: attack, defense, special attack, special defense, speed, accuracy, or evasiveness. But as I said earlier, if you're looking for a debuffer, consider Oleana instead. Or, Ariana can also debuff the opponent in terms of other debuffers for defenses. Ariana can debuff defenses. Gita can debuff defenses. So consider those sync pairs. But in terms of accuracy, evasiveness, I think it's Plumeria that you're looking for. Foul Fighting 3 powers up damage of your Sludge Bomb. If the opponent is flinching, confused, or trapped, hit confuse opponent or hit poison opponent rather. Special moves up 4. 50% chance of giving yourself a special moves up next effect that will power up your Sludge Bomb by 40% when this triggers. Inertia is a sync move multiplier, the higher speed stat is, which is maxed out immediately. Prove you got guts, critical IQ, raises your critical hit rate +2, but then this is the only way you can raise your critical hit rate. So you got to get Prove You Got Guts Critical Strike 2 as well as an MP refresh if you want your critical hit rate to be maxed out. Prove You Got Guts, Propulsion 9 lowers your sync move countdown when you use this, which is nice. Toxic Power 5 powers up your attacks by 50% if the opponent is poisoned or badly poisoned. And Virulent Toxin 5 powers up your sync move by 50% if the opponent is poisoned or badly poisoned. And 2 sync move power-up tiles. So this sync pair gets quite nice at 3 copies. You get quite a lot of multipliers. You get a built-in multiplier, built-in inertia. The higher speed stat is, the stronger your sync move is going to be. Another inertia at 3 copies. Virulent Toxin 5. And if you give her the EX roll of tech, you got another 1.5 times multiplier. So you got 4 multipliers built in for Plumeria. Virulent Toxin 5 inertia, another built-in inertia, and that 6-star, or rather EX, Tech EX rolls sync move multiplier. And this will be even more powerful if you pair her up with a sync pair that brings in Poison Zone and give her super effective up next effect that will raise the multipliers to 6 multipliers, which is nice. But again, do you need another poison type? If you got Gita already, you do not need this sync pair. If you got Oleana, Ariana, some other poison type, you do not need this sync pair. If you got Cygnus with Roxy, probably you don't need this as well. And many other poison types in the game, it's not, the game is not lacking in terms of poison type strong attackers. And this considers as an attacker with her number of multipliers. But until then, this is Team Skull admin and you know your hardest team Skull Grunts got a scout for her. If you are scouting or if you're not scouting, let me know in the comments section. But until then, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button for me, as well as subscribe if you haven't, and let me know your thoughts. And what about glitching stall in the corner of this video? I'm not sure why I am glitching. My computer is weird. Anyway, guys, if you want to help me out, you can also go to my coffee.com/splgum to help me with my animal flow education. And go join the members by clicking on the join button down below. And I would like to thank every single member here, especially my 3-year and 2-year and 1-year members, you know, everyone for supporting me. Thank you guys so much. Join them, click on the join button. But until then, this is the end of this video. I will see you in the next one. But we're done with all the 7 sync pairs of this update. If you haven't seen them, links to everything down in the description. See you in the next one. Rawr.